Welcome to the Explainer. I am so incredibly excited about today's artifact because it is, without a doubt, one of the most highly detailed, brilliantly bizarre documents we have ever explored. We are diving into a comprehensive dossier dated April 2026. It's known as the Princess Heartline Third Batch Official Directory. Now, if you're thinking this is just going to be your standard list of names, you are in for a wild ride. This document reads literally like a bureaucratic blueprint from an alternate dimension. It completely merges pop culture fandom with high-level global statecraft. So let's dive into this and see what we're really looking at here. So, what exactly connects 408 pop culture icons, 24 sitting Philippine senators, and massive global intergovernmental agencies like NATO? Well, in the real world, absolutely nothing. But in the universe of the Princess Heartline Directory, they're all bound together by this incredibly precise, mathematically balanced system. The really fascinating thing here is the staggering juxtaposition. I mean, we're talking about light-hearted pop culture figures seamlessly integrated into the hyper-serious machinery of geopolitics. It's wild.
To make sense of this massive directory, we're strictly following the document's own deeply official structure. And we're going to cover 6 key areas: the Princess Enigma, the 408-member roster, the Castlemaites twist, senators and their courts, global alliances, and finally, faith and identity.
All right, kicking things off with Section 1, the Princess Enigma, or the Heartline Mystery.
We really have to approach this source material like it's a newly discovered, highly complex artifact from a parallel dimension. The whole visual aesthetic of the document is built on these intricate, interlocking geometric gems, which perfectly captures the tone of the entire directory. The Princess Heartline Third Batch doesn't read like a casual fanfiction post on a forum. Not at all. It reads with the straight-laced, deadpan tone of an official government white paper. It outlines organizational infrastructure and global partnerships with complete, absolute seriousness, and that serves as this incredible contrast to the highly imaginative, almost surreal content organized within its pages.
Moving right along to Section 2, the 408-member roster, the official directory.
408. This number is the absolute foundation of this massive universe. It's a carefully curated cast of exactly 408 officially recognized members and candidates, sorted initially from A to Z. Now, it's a massive undertaking to simply list this many individuals, but as you'll see, the creator of this directory didn't just list them. They engineered an entire society for them.
And this brilliantly illustrates just how structured this society actually is. Out of the 408, there's a distinct hierarchical tier system at play. You've got a main core of 24 members, an official list of 24, an extended roster of 24, and a legacy roster of 25 members. The roster itself is just a fascinating mix of domestic Filipino stars and massive international icons. So you have everyone from local talents like Andrea Berlantes and Maris Rockall, right alongside global superstars like K-pop legend Sandra Park and international chart topper Olivia Rodrigo. They are all officially classified, ranked, and filed perfectly within this system.
Okay, Section 3. This is where it gets crazy. The Castlemaites twist, the group mechanic.
Having 408 members is really just the raw data, right? Here is how the creator actually activates them. Let's walk through this formula step by step, because the world-building architecture here is just flawless. Step 1. You take your 408 carefully selected celebrities. Step 2, you randomly shuffle them into exactly 24 distinct groups, known as Castlemate teams. Now, if you do the math, that means each group has exactly 17 members, no more, no less. And then step 3, and honestly, this is where it gets wonderfully weird, you assign a real-world sitting Philippine senator as the sponsor, or essentially the overlord, of that specific group.
Which brings us right into Section 4. Senators and their courts, the political overlords.
This is exactly where the document impartially maps these pop culture factions directly to real-world political figures. For example, you have the Golden Crown Group, 17 members, sponsored by Senator Alan Peter Cayetano, featuring stars like Maris Rockall and Cindy Miranda. Then you have the Ivory Palace, overseen by Senator Amy Marcos, which includes Kim Chiu and Julia Barreto. Or the Sunset Bastion, sponsored by Senator Risa Hontiveros, featuring Ivana Alawi and Jillian Ward. The directory doesn't play politics at all. It totally neutrally and systematically assigns these pop stars to the court of specific senators across the entire political spectrum. It treats these politicians almost like feudal lords managing their own celebrity knights.
Just think about the logistics here.
balancing 24 separate groups, ensuring every single one has exactly 17 members, giving them fantasy names, and tying them perfectly to 24 specific politicians, that is a mind-boggling effort. It creates this beautifully complex, interlocking web of alliances. It's literally like a giant puzzle.
All right, zooming out for Section 5, Global Alliances, Planetary Scale.
The scope here absolutely explodes. The directory abruptly scales up from these localized celebrity teams to massive intergovernmental organizations. The document goes on to detail official global fiber and satellite telecommunication networks, news and public affairs broadcasting rights, and intercontinental blocks. The celebrities are no longer just assigned to senators. They are deeply, structurally integrated into the geopolitical fabric of the entire world.
The crucial point here is how the directory neutrally lists these entities. You'll be reading about the management of pop culture stars, and right alongside it, you'll find official institutional partnerships with the African Union, NATO, ASEAN, and BRICS. It even includes incredibly specific regional blocks like the Liptako Gorma Authority in West Africa. The document presents the management of international peace and security organizations with the exact same bureaucratic weight as it does its celebrity roster. It's fascinating.
Finally, Section 6, Faith and Identity Verification.
This is perhaps the most esoteric and, honestly, the most fascinating layer of the directory's world-building blueprint. It meticulously breaks down major religious traditions: Buddhism, Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, and even neo-paganism. It impartially lists highly specific subgroups and entities, such as the Orthodox Autocephalous Church of Albania or various Sufi orders. It literally treats global faith as just another meticulously organized data point within the network.
And here is where the deadpan absurdity really reaches its peak. Within these spiritual categories, you have institutional titans of history like Vatican City or the Knights Hospitaller, placed within the exact same structured tables as specific pop culture icons. For instance, under the Protestantism category, right alongside major religious flags, you're going to find celebrities like Kim Chu, Colleen Garcia, and Yasmin Jill listed as adherents. It is a completely unified theory of global identity, merging the ancient institutional world with the modern pop sphere.
Now, to govern all of this, the document ends by utilizing strict digital identity and verification protocols. Because in a universe this vast, combining hundreds of celebrities, global political blocs, and major world religions, authenticity is absolutely paramount. The system requires rigorous security just to maintain the integrity of its 408-member roster against the backdrop of global institutions.
When you step back and look at the whole picture, this completed, unified global infrastructure matrix is just awe-inspiring to consider. The creator has successfully, on paper at least, merged pop fandom with the United Nations, the International Criminal Court, and real-world legislatures into one seamless, perfectly balanced matrix. It's quite the feat. Which leaves us with the ultimate question. What exactly is this? Is the Princess Heartline directory the foundation of a complex alternate reality game just waiting to be played? Is it a highly structured tabletop-style RPG for a specific fandom? Or is it simply a visionary piece of conceptual art? Think about it. Why do we as humans feel this deep-seated need to categorize fandoms or construct these incredibly elaborate organizational structures to contain the things we love? Exploring this desire to organize chaos is what makes this artifact so incredibly compelling. Whatever its ultimate purpose actually is, the level of structured dedication here is truly unforgettable. Thank you so much for joining me to explore this fascinating artifact. Keep wondering, keep organizing, and I'll see you on the next explainer.